What's up, Aegis Adventures? Welcome to the stream. And today I'll be going over the next section here in this book, Avengers the Ultimate Character Guide. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. But yeah, and yeah, here we go. Hold on real quick. Right, and here we go. Machine Man. Machine Man was the last of 51 robots Dr. Abel Stack created for the army. Stack kept X-51 for himself and treated him like a son. When the other robots malfunctioned and were ordered to self-destruct, Stack removed Machine Man's self-destruct mechanism, but somehow triggered it and was killed. X-51 went on the run, wearing a rubber mask and taking the name Aaron Stack. He fell in love with Joe Costa of the Avengers and became a reserve team member. Madam Hydra. Ophelia Sarkisyan was born in Hungary. Her parents died during a revolution and Ophelia was attacked and left scarred. She grew up living on her wits, becoming a mercenary known as Viper. She joined Hydra and quickly rose to prominence, taking the name Madam Hydra and launching several terrorist attacks. She seeks to destroy a world she hates. She has learned how to kill from some of the world's deadliest teachers and is a woman that many have learned to fear. Madam Mask. Countess Galita Nefaria grew up as Whitney Frost, unaware that she was really the daughter of the master criminal Count Nefaria. After her adoptive father died, Count Nefaria revealed Galita's true identity, and she joined him in the Magia criminal organization. Her face was scarred during a botched raid on Stark Industries, so she started wearing a golden mask and adopted the name Madam Mask. Manape. M'Baku was one of Wakanda's greatest warriors. When the Black Panther became a member of the Avengers, M'Baku attempted to take over Wakanda. He revived the outlawed White Gorilla cult, killing one of the beasts to gain its power and taking the name Man-Ape before challenging the Black Panther. He tried to take over Wakanda several times, but was eventually killed by Spider-Man's enemy, Morlun, who drained his life force. Next is Mandarin. Of course, yeah, the villain from the Iron Man 3, but yeah, here we go. And he's in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, of course, but yeah. Mandarin, a brilliant scientist and expert martial artist. The Mandarin is Iron Man's archenemy. The Mandarin was born in 1920 to a wealthy Chinese family and can trace his ancestry to Genghis Khan. His main source of power comes from 10 alien rings that he found in a crashed spaceship, which we know as the Ten Rings from Shang-Chi, but yeah. These grant him amazing abilities. While he has seemingly died several times, he has always returned, stronger and more powerful than ever. Manifold. Eden Fessy is Manifold, a hero who can open gateways in reality with his hands, so basically America Chavez. He can thus transport heroes across the planet and even to other worlds. He was trained by Gateway, an ally of the X-Men, and was recruited by Nick Fury Sr. to work with his Secret Warriors team. Following Gateway's death, Manifold joined the Avengers, and helping them to combat the threat of the Titan Thanos and other cosmic foes, moving the superheroes where they needed to be in the blink of an eye. Next is Mantis, of course, from Guardians of the Galaxy. Mantis was raised in Vietnam by peaceful alien Kree, guardians of a human-like race of telepathic plants. She trained in martial arts, teaming up with the original swordsman. The pair fought alongside the Avengers, but when Swordsman was killed, Mantis left Earth. She returned to help the Avengers when the Scarlet Witch went crazy. Mantis was also a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Maria Hill. Maria Hill took over as director of S.H.I.E.L.D. When Nick Fury had to leave after arranging a secret invasion of Doctor Doom's Latveria. While not popular with many heroes at first, Maria eventually gained their respect when she refused to obey a direct order from the U.S. president to launch a nuclear strike on the island of Genosha, saving the Avengers' lives in the process. Marina. Fisherman Thomas Smallwood was amazed when a strange egg he found hatched to reveal a green baby girl. Thomas and his wife raised the girl, whom they named Marina. With a strong affinity for water, she grew up to become a founding member of a Canadian superhero team, Alpha Flight. Marina married the Submariner, but when she became pregnant, her alien nature reasserted itself, and she turned into a sea monster. Martinex. Martinex's ancestors were genetically modified to survive on the harsh world of 31st century Pluto. After an invasion of the Earth's solar system by the alien Badoon, Martinex joined the Guardians of the Galaxy to fight them. The team also traveled back in time to help the Avengers defeat the cosmic villain Korvac. When Martinex returned to the 31st century, he formed the Galactic Guardians before returning to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel Boy. Novar is a member of the alien Kree from another dimension. He was the only survivor when his starship, the Marvel, was shot down by Dr. Midas and crashed on Earth. Novar, now known as Marvel Boy, was captured by S.H.I.E.L.D. He declared war on humanity, but later events brought about a change of heart. He fought alongside humans during the Skrull invasion, was part of Norman Osborn's Avengers, and later joined the Young Avengers. Master Pandemonium. Martin Preston made a deal with the demon Mephisto after losing an arm in a car accident. He became Master Pandemonium, a being with great power, but with a star-shaped hole in his chest that he could only fill by finding the 5 missing pieces of his soul. In his efforts to find them, he clashed with the West Coast Avengers. He has also attacked Wiccan and Speed of the Young Avengers, believing them to be 2 of his lost soul fragments. Maximus. Maximus is the Inhuman. Maximus is the brother of Black Bolt, the leader of the Inhumans. Power-hungry but brilliant, Maximus made several attempts to overthrow his brother and defeat the Inhumans' ruler, all ending in defeat. The brothers put aside their differences when the Skrulls invaded. Maximus helped the Inhumans defeat them. He later helped Black Bolt to save the Inhumans from Thanos and to spread the Terrigen mists across the whole world. Medusa. Medusa is a member of the Inhuman royal family and is married to their leader Black Bolt. At the wedding of her sister Crystal to the superhero Quicksilver, Medusa fought alongside the Avengers when Ultron attacked. She has ruled the Inhumans at times when her husband has been missing. Following Attilan's destruction, she started to seek out those humans transformed by the Terrigen mists to help them come to terms with their new powers. Melter. Bruno Horgan was an arms dealer until Tony Stark's company put him out of business. As Horgan's company was folding, he found a malfunctioning weapon that could melt anything. Using it as part of a costume, Horgan attacked Stark Industries only to be stopped by Iron Man. He reappeared shortly after as part of the Masters of Evil, taking on the Avengers. Melter was killed by his assistant, who was really an assassin sent by Scourge. Alright, continuing. Metal. Ken Mack was an experienced surfer, but when a surfboard struck him in the head, His skin was cut, revealing a tough metallic skin beneath. He turned to Norman Osborn for help. Instead of helping, Osborn experimented on Ken, eventually revealing that under his skin was super tough flesh made of an iridium-like metal. Ken later joined the Avengers Academy and put on a brave front to mask the isolation he felt in his metallic form. Miss America, who I guess is this version of America Chavez, but yeah. Raised in a utopian reality, Miss America left her home to become a superhero traveling across the dimensions to help others. She came to Earth after meeting the young Loki and not trusting the Norse god of mischief, kept a protective eye on Loki's teammates in the Young Avengers. Super strong with an array of amazing powers, Miss America is a superhero with attitude, loyal to her friends and trouble for supervillains across the multiverse. Mr. Hyde. Research scientist Calvin Zabo was inspired by Robert Louis Stevenson's story Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde to create a potion that worked like the one in the book. The potion brought out his bestial side and also gave him immense strength, and Zabo used it to begin in a criminal career as Mr. Hyde. He fought the Avengers as part of the Masters of Evil, capturing Jarvis and the Black Knight and nearly killing Hercules before the Avengers stopped him. Mr. Immortal. When Craig Hollis was a young boy, his mother asked Death Urge to watch over him. From that point on, no matter how reckless Craig was, he couldn't die. Each time he was killed, he kept coming back to life with any injuries he had suffered fully healed. He decided to use his power for the greater good, and as Mr. Immortal formed the Great Lakes Avengers, he has recently learned that it is his destiny to outlive everyone else in the world in order to learn one last great secret. Mockingbird. Bobby Morse is an ex-SHIELD agent who took the name of Mockingbird. She joined the Avengers shortly after meeting Hawkeye, with whom she became romantically involved. The two went on to form the West Coast Avengers together. Mockingbird left the team for a while, but returned to help mentor the Great Lakes Avengers. She was also thought to have died while saving Hawkeye from an attack by Mephisto, but was later revealed to be held as a prisoner of the Skrulls. MODOK. MODOK stands for Mobile Organism Designed Only for Killing. He was once AIM agent George Tarleton, who chosen by AIM to become a humanoid supercomputer. The experiment mutated George and drove him insane, originally called MODOK, with the last letter standing for computing. George decided the last letter should be K for killing. Since becoming AIM's leader, he has terrorized the world. He also has his own gang, MODOK's 11. Monica Chang. Monica Chang is the head of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s Artificial Intelligence Division, a computer expert and fully trained agent with exceptional leadership skills. She was given the job of interrogating scientist Hank Pym when a robot, Ultron, gained sentience and became a threat. Working with Pym, and she became part of the Avengers AI team, helping to protect the world from threats posed by artificial intelligence. Just now, Mockingbird, they make a Hawkeye season 2, they should, the story they could do with, Mockingbird and things like that could be really cool. Next, Moon Knight. Mark Spector was a mercenary left for dead in the Egyptian desert. He was saved by followers of the Egyptian god Khonshu, who gave him superhuman powers. On his return to the USA. He began to carry out Khonshu's will by punishing criminals. As Moon Knight, he later joined the West Coast Avengers, learning that some of his equipment had been created in ancient Egypt by a time-traveling Hawkeye. And like with Moon Knight, if they do a Moon Knight season 2 with like Immortus as the villain, and speaking of Immortus, I really hope he's the villain of Agatha All Along. Maybe this is where they'll either announce a recast King, or maybe the recast version of King, like who's playing him for the rest of the multiverse saga to play into like the story of Doctor Doom, or maybe like the like when they were originally filming, Jonathan Majors filmed with them when they were originally filming like years ago. But continuing, Moondragon. Moondragon was born on Earth, but after Thanos killed her parents, she was taken to Saturn's moon Titan and raised by the monks of Sheo Lorn. They taught her martial arts and helped her to develop psionic powers. Returning to Earth, she fought alongside the Avengers and helped the team defeat Korvac. She later learned that her father was alive and had become Drax. She also fought alongside the Guardians of the Galaxy. Moonstone. Dr. Carla Sofin is a psychologist who took a Kree life stone from the original Moonstone, Lord Blotch, to gain superpowers. She used her powers for her own ends and soon became a notorious supervillain, fighting alongside the Masters of Evil before joining the Thunderbolts. Moonstone was also part of Luke Cage's new lineup of the Thunderbolts. Cool, the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts movie next year, but like Mortis, what I was just speaking of with Agatha All Along, and how I think they could implement him in there. Like last night's episode of Agatha All Along, I really liked it. Like the show is really good so far. Like it's like really like expanding on what made WandaVision good. But continuing with this, Mordred. Mordred the Evil was the treacherous son of King Arthur and was instrumental in bringing about the fall of Camelot. His rival was Sir Percy, the Black Knight, who managed to overthrow many of his wicked schemes. The two finally killed each other in combat, but Mordred was resurrected by his aunt, the sorceress Morgan Le Fay. Mordred and Morgan have since joined forces several times against the Avengers. And the next is Morgan Le Fay. Morgan Le Fay is the half-sister of King Arthur and one of the most powerful magicians of all time. A troublemaker, she has plotted against King Arthur and been imprisoned by Merlin. Over the years, Morgan has fought the Avengers more than once. She recently traveled forward in time to the present to take revenge on Doctor Doom, who had betrayed her trust. She was defeated and sent back to prehistoric times. And the next, Miss Marvel. Kamala Khan was a normal teenager until she found herself enveloped in the Terrigen Mists. The mists gave Kamala shape-changing abilities, which in the MCU, she's a mutant. She's now like a mutant. At first, Kamala took on the appearance of her hero, Captain Marvel. However, she soon developed her own identity and costume as the latest Miss Marvel. She is now the protector of New Jersey, sneaking out at night to fight crime, as long as her parents don't ground her. Like with Miss Marvel, if they do like a season 2 before Doomsday and Secret Wars, maybe it can be like Captain Marvel can be in like some of the episodes, and it can like expand on like the Young Avengers and things. For maybe they'll do a Young Avengers movie that takes place in Battle World. But yeah, like these next few years of Marvel are gonna be insane. Even when they do their reboot, like that's gonna be super cool too. And then here, last but not least, MVP, college sports star Michael Van Patrick. Yep, that's what it stands for. Michael Van Patrick was the great-grandson of Dr. Abraham Erskine, No, yep. The creator of the super soldier serum that gave Captain America his powers. When Van Patrick's family history was made public, he was kicked out of college. Despite there being no evidence of performance-enhancing substances in his blood, he was recruited to the Avengers Initiative training program, where he adopted the codename MVP. Unfortunately, he was killed in his first training mission. And that is the end of the stream. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoy when we do these videos. They're pretty cool. But yeah, and a few more sections will be done with this, which is insane. But yeah, right now I'll do my closing and say bye. Make sure to like, hit the notification bell, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.